We're recording?
Yeah.
I don't have anything funny to start up this video with, guys. It's such a weird occasion. For anyone that's never been to my channel before, normally I have something so stupid to start off each video with. But since I do not today, my intro is just going to be me talking about how I just caught Andrew's wallet because I ran out of ideas and now I'm going to steal all the money. No, I'm just kidding. Here you go. That's a heavy wallet. So today we're going to be reviewing the ProtoArc. Today we're going to be reviewing the ProtoArc EKM01. I just realized I'm wearing the same shirt from the last video. I'm just going to change real quick so people totally won't notice that.
Hey guys, it's Andrew, the short guy from behind the camera. I'm going to use this opportunity to totally ruin Ethan's take.
What have you been recording? Just hear you saying,
Don't worry about
how
it.
you doing, yours? Alright, I'm back from the powder room, my loves. But today we're going to be reviewing the ProtoArc EKM, which stands for Ergonomic Keyboard and Mouse 01 Combo. And on the box it even says Ergonomic Split Keyboard and Sculpted Mouse Combo, meaning this is a very focused set of keyboard and mouse for, obviously it's got like this split sort of thingy on the front so that you can have a more ergonomic grip on your keyboard, and then this also is an ergonomically geared mouse. So we'll see how well this feels on like my wrists whenever we're testing it out. Obviously this isn't like some big RGB keyboard that I normally review on this channel, which is totally okay. It's all about finding the latest stuff. So let's see what we have for today. The first thing that you'll notice is we have a thing inside of the box. Yeah. So the first thing you'll see is the mouse, actually, because the keyboard is covered up. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to go in this. I don't know if I've opened this box before. Sometimes I do that before the review, guys, honestly. But this should come in this bag, and then you like take it out of the bag. Anyway, this is the mouse that comes with the box.
Hey, does it have any extra buttons?
It does have buttons on it. That is a good question. It does. So it seems like we got 1, 2, 3 buttons on the side, which all have lights on them, which conveniently say 1, 2, 3. And then there's also an orange button on the top. So that's cool. It seems like we got like 4 bonus buttons. There's an on-off switch on the bottom. We can find out what all that does in a moment. For now, let's get onto the big one. Let's see what the keyboard has to offer for us. So here we have the key. That was unfortunate. The keyboard. So, but yeah, here is the keyboard itself. Obviously, it's different from your standard keyboard layout. It has a lot of stuff going on here, to say the least. Obviously, it has its own built-in wrist rest, actually, which is made of like some nice soft pleather material.
Would you expect it for this price point?
For this mystery price point that we don't know what it is yet. We'll find out.
Yeah, guys, this might be a starting theme.
Yeah, we're not sure, but the price is crazy. As far as the design goes, it's different than your typical design. I don't know if you can tell, but this is actually kind of slanted along this part. It's like split in the middle, and then this section of the keyboard and this section of the keyboard are actually dipped down so that your hands can kind of like naturally rest along there as you're typing. That's a quick overlook at the build and roughly how they look in an unboxing. Let me check if there's anything else that I'm missing while we're here. Another thing that we have is a user manual here. Yes,
hey, yeah, there's a cord.
It comes with a cord. Let's go.
Is it more than a foot long?
It actually seems quite long. Let's
It's
go.
like a 1 yard cable.
Dang.
Like pretty much a meter.
Length doesn't always matter, but you know what? For this case, I am quite proud of ProtoArc.
It always
Look
helps.
at that. Yeah, length always helps, you know. The only thing is, obviously, this is a keyboard and mouse combo, so you'll only be able to charge one at a time if this is the only USB Type-C cable you have. But yeah, so they both have USB Type-C cables to charge the mouse and the keyboard on if you want a wireless combo. Okay, so the mouse itself does not have battery slots. It also uses USB Type-C, but what I found on the bottom is actually the little adapter that goes with the mouse. So it's hidden underneath this little piece of plastic, and then you can actually take out the little wireless USB
Insert
port,
for the computer.
for the computer. So it seems like the mouse has the little chip that connects to your computer if you want to connect via Bluetooth that way, and then I think the keyboard connects up to the same thing as the mouse does. But yeah, that is basically an overview of all the stuff in the box. Now we're going to test out some stuff, and we'll be right back with you guys once we do that. Alright guys, we just got back from doing a lot of testing and reading up on the manual. Even though I probably said I wouldn't do that, I did end up reading the manual to make sure we got everything we needed to. And there are a lot of features and things to talk about. As far as the mouse goes right here, the mouse and scroll keys, I'm gonna be honest, they're a little bit weird to press just because, I don't know if you can hear it. Actually, you probably won't. There's no click on this mouse at all. So for some people, maybe you don't care, but for me personally, having no click on the mouse makes it feel kind of unresponsive and like there's nothing you're really getting out of it. It makes the clickers themselves seem a little bit cheaper and like they're a little bit lower quality because you're not really getting any response out of them. And then as far as the scroll wheel goes on the mouse, there's no like actual like tick 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 like you can actually feel when you're scrolling through the settings on a website or something like that, so it's less tactile, you could say. I will say besides that though, I do like the rest of this mouse. I know I've been going off on it from the beginning already. As far as the other features go on it, it has a DPI button right here in orange that allows you to cycle through 3 different settings. There's actually a little red light that kind of blinks twice whenever you switch between kind of a low, a medium, and a high setting mode. Next up, you also have 2 buttons on the side that you can actually use for forward and back is what they're currently set to. If there is a way to get software for this mouse, that'd be good to find out. Make sure to check the links in the description for this keyboard and mouse combo, just because there might be more details there on software or other things that we just didn't mention in this video. But as of right now, these buttons are linked up to forward and back. As far as other things go on this mouse, it is tilted actually for like an ergonomic feel to it. Normally when you have your mouse, you just plop it on the desk and like, you know, you just put, it's a normal mouse. This is a slightly angled mouse, so like you can kind of feel your hand resting more naturally. There is connectivity things that we'll get to that work with the keyboard and mouse itself. I'll come back to that in just a second though. As far as the keyboard goes, right here, like we mentioned earlier, it does have this nice big padded wrist rest on the bottom. The one issue I have is whenever you're putting your hands like at this angle, they end up being put back a little bit further down on the keyboard. So maybe it's not even thick enough, who knows, but it's pretty good. It's a pretty good wrist rest. It works. And then something that Andrew mentioned was actually when you put all 4 of these legs up on the keyboard, which is kind of interesting, you can kind of put it into what I call Florida house mode. So basically it's hurricane proof at this point, but that also means that you can kind of use the edge of the keyboard more because the whole thing is actually like elevated up from the table that you're sitting on with it. You can also do like all kinds of combinations, like have only the front legs up and tilt the keyboard forward, so you can like have undo your carpal tunnel, if anything. Whatever you want to do, there's a lot of interesting things you can do with 4 keyboard legs. As far as the new layout on this keyboard goes, again, it's ergonomically designed, so you have this big split in the middle, and then like this part in the middle right here is actually like this part is raised up, and then there's like dips here and here so that you can naturally rest your hands on each side. And then there's also media controls in the center, which we'll get to in a second. But as far as that goes, for like when you're typing, you can definitely feel your hands being at like a much different angle than what you're used to. You type like this, and there's this big space in the middle, which also, for design's sake at least, there's like a bunch of keys that are a little bit bigger than normal. Like you got a really thick 7 and a wide T over here. It's definitely something hard to get used to. Like you're typing like this, and then sometimes it's randomly use your left hand to type a key on the right side, like you maybe want to grab that Y key. All of a sudden you gotta go like a whole mile over just to grab it, right? So it's definitely weird to get used to typing on this keyboard. It's a new experience, but if you want that ergonomic help, I think it's there. It's not the most extreme ergonomic keyboard I've seen. I think it's somewhere in between that you could definitely get used to, and it has some benefits too. Like the keys themselves are actually like indented a little bit so that you can kind of rest your fingers inside of them. So one other thing you get is actually a spaced out space bar, or 2 space bars basically. And then here's the weird like wide keys I was talking about. Like there's a wide N and a wide 7 and a wide T and all this stuff.
I'm gonna say that's 7's probably the lowest.
That's a thick 7, guys. We're not gonna stick upside down 7 from your perspective. We talk about media controls. You got your volume up, volume down, play, pause. by pause, and then forward and back video. Moving on to our special keys section over here. We have 4 different unique keys. 3 of them correlate to the mouse itself actually, but this one in the corner right here where you'd normally have some other key, there is a lock button actually, so if I want to I could press this and lock myself out of my computer, which I don't want to do right now, but I have that option, so it's kind of a nice little bonus besides the media keys that this keyboard has. Otherwise, these 3 special orange looking keys are actually 3 different ways for you to connect up your keyboard and your mouse to 3 different devices. Alright, so quickly cutting over to our mouse here, there's 2 things I did want to mention on it as well, is that first of all, you have this little 2.4 gigahertz USB that you can plug in to your computer. So this allows you to connect up the mouse and the keyboard to your computer. So let's imagine I just plugged that in and totally just set it off to the side. And basically you have this little button on the side of the mouse that you can press that cycles through these 3 different lights. The first mode allows you to connect up using the USB that we just took out of the mouse. There's also buttons on the keyboard that allow you to connect up the same way. So the first orange button on the keyboard allows you to connect using the USB. The second button and the third button are both for Bluetooth devices, so you can connect up 1 device using USB, and then you can have 2 extra Bluetooth devices connected to both your keyboard and mouse, because the mouse itself also has 3 different modes, because it has 3 different lights that you can cycle through as well. So that's basically how the Bluetooth modes work on both the keyboard and mouse. You can connect it to 3 different devices at once. The keyboard itself, it's pretty standard feeling. It's like your standard thin sort of keyboard layout for like a Windows keyboard. It's not like an Apple thin keyboard sort of feel for like MacBooks and things like that. I would say it's alright. It's nothing crazy, but it's nothing terrible. I feel like it's your standard membrane thin key switch non-mechanical keyboard. Pretty standard membrane switch on a thin keyboard like this. Otherwise, I would say I think we went through all the features now, and this is the part of the video that both me and Andrew behind the camera are excited for, which is what is the price of this keyboard? Drum roll, please. If you can even hear me. A loud drum roll. But it says, okay, it is $88. Oh, okay, so this is an expensive price compared to what we were guessing. Yeah. But in all fairness,
it is ergonomic and
yeah, especially ergonomic design that you don't get anywhere else, with a few extra keys, 3 Bluetooth channels, keyboard and mouse combo. So I feel like a lot of this is up to the viewer on whether you think $88 is really worth it to you. Hey, this is editor Ethan. Just wanted to say that the price of this keyboard actually is $110 currently on ProtoArc's website, but basically you can use code TTV10 to get 10% off of the keyboard and still get it around $99. So you get about 11 bucks off if you get 10% off basically. So use that link if you want to spend only around $100 on this combo. Personally, it might be a little bit expensive. I think what I'd like to see, if anything, is if ProtoArc wants to come down on their price a little bit. But to be fair, this is all custom made. Like, they have all these custom keys indented, this special design. It comes with the wrist rest. And
so they're not just outsourcing it.
Yeah. So I'd even up my price to maybe around $80. So I think it's only maybe a few dollars more than I'd actually pay for it. To be fair, on Amazon, now that we're looking here, there's plenty of ergonomic keyboards that look very similar to this, and they're just the keyboard themselves. Some of them cost upwards of $100 to $115. And I think that's a lot of because of the wireless, the custom layout, the wireless keyboard with the 3 different options for that, and the mouse. Compared to other ergonomic keyboards, I'll say this much, this is a deal. It'll be linked in the description. I'll probably link some other examples that are more expensive that I'm comparing this to. But otherwise, if you do or don't think this keyboard is for you, then just leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts on how the price is for what you get in the box. But otherwise, that is what I have for you guys today. The EKM01 ergonomic keyboard and mouse combo. I hope you guys enjoyed. And until the next video, I will see you guys in the next video. Till then, peace. I did not do that right at all.